Model automated development. This web application was developed using model automated development. It took me about 5 minutes to develop. This is an enterprise web application using MVC, repository design patterns, and units of work. As you can see, the solution is split into a number of projects. Now, if you want to see me actually develop this application live, go to my previous video and you'll see it being generated using a tool that I developed called the MADEngine. I'm going to show you around this application, the various projects that you can see in front of you on the top right hand side. But before I do that, a quick recap of what model automated development actually is. First, we design our model. Then we select a template. The template tells the MADEngine what structure the application should take, as well as which language the source code should be in. Finally, we'd click on Generate to generate the application. Back to this solution. Through a great deal of research, trial and error, I found the best internal architecture for web applications is what you can see in the top right hand corner with these 6 projects. The core of the application is core. This consists of domain, which is a representation of the model as received from the database, in this case SQL Server. It also contains some interfaces, as you can see, repository interfaces. This is like a contract to say the repository needs to have these methods to then present to the rest of the application. There is also a unit of work interface, so the same idea is there. It's a contract. I can simply open one of these, so let's just do repository. As you can see, it has a bunch of method definitions. The unit of work gives you access to all of the repositories. So let's carry on down the list. So we have the persistence layer. This is all about data access. This is where the implementation of the repositories actually lies. So there you go, you've got the implementation there. So we just go to message as an example. And now we have the implementation of the gets, the single or default async, and so on and so forth. So we've got the implementation there. And also we have the implementation of unit of work. And as expected, you can see the instantiation of the repositories, and then you can access the repositories. Note you cannot change the repositories once they have been created on the instantiation. This solution uses Entity Framework, and we have sample DB context as our definition for the DB context for Entity Framework. Taking this approach promotes separations of concern. The web project does not know how to write to the database. There is no connection string in the web project. There is a connection string inside this project. The persistence layer does data access. That's it, nothing else. And I've given, within this template, I've given all the tools to do CRUD operations for the database. In theory, we can replace this persistent layer to access some other novel data store. And the remainder of the solution will be none the wiser because we have the contracts just here, which say the repository is going to behave like this. Once this code has been generated, I don't have to worry about how do I access the database. The next one down, email. I won't go into the detail of email, but suffice to say this is an enterprise level application, so emails need to be sent out, say, forgotten password. Extensions is basically an extension method in there. And then we have security. I'm not going to go into security for security reasons. This solution, it's been pen tested. Now we come to the area where, as a software developer, I'd be extending this application. Now, this application will run, but I would say, it's 70% done because we have to customize things. And we have the MVC, so we got views, we've got controllers, and we've got the models there. The model can accept a class from the core or can be instantiated on its own. This is the class which is presented to the view. We have resources here, we don't have to worry about that. Some services, what's inside there, just various services to keep things going. Then we have view models. View models are models particularly created for the view. So they could be completely custom models, then they're models which are not going to go on the database, or they could be an aggregate of models which are on the database. And then of course we have the razor views here. So I've got a whole bunch of views. I've used to do with account. So this is sign in, reset password, sign up, etc. Then we have the administrative area. This is only visible if you have signed in and also you are assigned the role administrator. This allows you to do various CRUD activities on the database. And finally, we have our various ASP.NET boilerplate classes. I have also included a www root. Within this folder is development, icons, library, and production. Let's open up the development folder. In here you can see folders for CSS, JavaScript, and TypeScript. Now I think that just about wraps it up. So this solution is written in C#. Many of you will be developing solutions in other languages. Now I'm very interested to know what other languages you are using and whether it's possible for me to create a template in those other languages. So pop a comment below this video and I'll see if I can program something up in the future. Also, I'm planning on bringing this solution to the web, the actual code generator itself. Presently, it's a desktop application. It looks like that. So if you subscribe, you can see me doing diary entries, showing my progress, and hopefully at some point I will release it, and if I'm lucky, you'll be an early adopter. One last thing. Thank you for watching.